Hello guys, welcome back to Chesty Trains. Thanks for tuning back in. It's been a couple weeks, I think 3 weeks now. Today back with the new first impression videos, as you have seen in the little intro snapshot there. It is a class 120. I want to show you guys the class 120 from Piko that I just got from Germany. Bought it from DS Automodelle company. I've bought a few models from, and sometimes they have great deals, or a lot of times they have great deals. And what strikes me always is they have shipping, extremely inexpensive shipping. I think I paid something around 10 euros for this locomotive. It comes in a well-packaged box, wrapped around, and then of course in its original Piko box on top of it. This is a model we're looking at today. It's the class 120 Era IV, 120-004-7 with sound, factory sound from Piko. It's an expert model. Anyways, and from DS Automodelle, they ship it in, I guess, what's called a maxi leather. It's about 10 euros. It says the tracking number doesn't work, but you can track it, that it goes to the airport in Germany. Then a day later you can put it into global parcel tracking or something like that. One of those apps, and global parcel tracking seems to be the best. It shows you that which flight it goes on. It actually comes by plane, which most standard packages for 35 euros, 36 euros right now to Germany don't go by plane. They be putting sea cans and you know, average about 5 to 6 weeks to get here. This came on a plane, landed in Montreal 2 days later. I could see that it went into customs. It was about 3 days in customs. And then it said it's basically out for delivery. So it made its way from Montreal to Calgary and was here in about 3 days. So altogether it traveled about, I would say, 8 to 10 days, and it was in my possession, and came undamaged, came in a little box, and delivered to my house. So fantastic service. Thank you, DS Automodelle. I will put the address, the shop address into the web address into the bottom here of the video. Also, I bought this one on eBay. I don't know, the price seemed almost like they deduct the VAT, like the taxes, the 19%. For the eBay listing in, I believe this one was listed in US dollars, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. But anyways, was a good deal. I couldn't say no. I wanted a 120. I have this 120 as a Trix model, but the Trix model at the time didn't come with sound. I couldn't get it with sound. It runs a little noisy, so I was a little bit disappointed at the time, and honestly, like, looking at it back at it now, I think the Dakota version from Trix was pretty much the same price as I paid right now for this Piko with sound. So I think I'm going to be selling the Trix version, and I have to see if it's, I think it's in its box somewhere here because it's not on the shelf. So maybe I dig it out and we just put the two models next to each other just for degree of detail on what they look like. I mean, they're quite a few years apart. I would say the Trix model is probably close to like 10, 12, maybe even older years old, and I think this Piko one is from 2022. It's very nice model. You will see it. Yeah, other than that, thanks everybody for tuning back in. Thanks everybody for subscribing. Thanks for liking the video. Obviously, if you like this one now, give me the thumbs up. It helps a little bit with you know, seeing that you guys like what I'm doing, and you know, showing that I should keep going. The last video got a little over 600 views, so that's pretty good, I think, and I hope this one will do the same. You know, there's I try to show as many models as I can in the English speaking world, because there's a lot of German videos in German, and there's quite a few guys in England that show models. But of course, not everything can be covered. So I'm trying a little bit to cover the models that haven't been covered yet. I might just even do a few reviews of older models I have, you know, that are out there and sound that are, you know, well priced, that you can get for a good deal right now when you buy them used. Or but we'll see. Like these first impression videos, you guys, if you like them, leave me a thumbs up, you know, a subscription if you want to get notified about the next video that's coming out. When it's out, then just click the little bell, and you get a notification when my video is up. And I'm hoping to upload this one here on the weekend now, so you can watch it either on Saturday or Sunday, you know, so you have some time to watch it. I won't make it too long. That's pretty much all I got. So let's have a look at the engine. It's pretty nice. So here it is, guys. Here's the Class 120 from Piko. I really think they've done a really good job. Like when you look here at these vents, you know, very detailed. The roof, very detailed. The paint lines, like just immaculate. Like you know, so detailed and so fine, so well done. You can see the handrails here. Everything was mounted right from the factory. So the only thing you have to put on is the hoses in the front on the buffers, and you know, even the bogies, like it's really hard to see right now. Maybe if I give it some more light. Very nicely detailed with the springs on the bogies. Windshield wipers are really nice and detailed. Like the cap inside is really nicely done. The colors too, and you know, even there the DB logo and stuff, like so crisp on the printing. The roof, the pantographs, really nice pantographs here. Very little spring resistance, but yet standing up very well. So that you could probably let those ride along the overhead wire if you want it. And yeah, I'm just super happy with how the model is, and how detailed it is, and how fine the lines are, especially around the windows here and stuff. And the windows, how they are inset in the housing, how thin they are, so they don't look like those thick plastic globes, you know, in the older models in the older days, right? The roof is very nicely detailed, like with the grating there, and all the isolators that hold up the lines, all the electrical lines off the roofs, right? And those louvers here, they super nice. Our worker here, he's not even paying attention to the locomotive. I don't think he likes electric locomotives. I think he wants a shunting locomotive back, but that's parked right now back there. It's waiting because we're showing a new locomotive. So we'll put the pantograph back down, and I think after the overall view, I think we're gonna, one thing here, just on the bottom, we can see here that we have traction tires on the bogies, right? There's one on this bogie in the front here, and there you can see it, and there's another one over here, and you can see how close these sanding pipes get to the wheels here. See that, how close it is to the wheel? Like, it's pretty awesome, and how detailed this all is, right? It's very cool. Very nicely done. And as you can see, it has run quite a bit on my layout here already. I let it run the half an hour in each direction, and then it had been pulling intercity already for a couple shorts that I made. But I would say we'll go through the functions, and you know, just do you know, the lights I should show you guys first. So it has separately switchable lights for the front and the back, which is The headlights very bright and crisp, and the red taillights, obviously switching was direction of travel, and and then because when you pull a train, when there's a train car behind it and you don't want the lights to be on, you can just switch them off accordingly. So it has that, and then it also has interior lighting in the cabs. So you can see the light is on there, and hopefully you can see that the light is on. Okay, there. So we have for you guys here. Now you can see the locomotive. So if we were to go through the sound functions here, sound function 2 is the horn, short, and sound function 3 is the sound horn long. Sound function, or function 4, is the conductor whistle. Then 5 and 6 is the cap lighting corresponding to the sides. Function 7 is an optional function, which is only on another model. Same with 8 and 9, which is the train destination signs, which we don't have. Then the function number 10 is the shunting gear. Number 11 is sanding. Number 12 is the main switch. So it's basically the main disconnect, I guess. Number 13 is a compressor. So that's a function I typically put on a timer, just because I find lots of times the compressor time is really short when you press the button. If you just leave it on a regular, like, momentary switch, you don't want to have it on a permanent switch, I think, because then it kind of gets really annoying after time having that noise go. So I always put it on a timer, usually between like 7 to 12 seconds, depending on how noisy it is, the compressor. And so here I have it on 10 seconds. Then function number 14 is the cabin door, or the cab door. Number 15 is the window. So yeah, sliding and closing, open, closing the window. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of those functions. I think that some you never really hear anyways. Pantograph up and down is function number 16. This one we all know. The coupling noise on number 17. Now what I really like about this loco is it has, even though it's a passenger locomotive, it has the shunting radio, or the radio to the yard master. So you have different functions here, number 18 and 19. D519 an Stellwerk. So that's the locomotive engineer asking the switching tower. That's the guy that handles all the traffic control, I guess, head guy.
Ausfahrt für D519 frei. Ausfahrt für D519 ist frei. Ich wiederhole, Ausfahrt für D519 ist frei. Ende out.
So it's like a whole conversation, and every time you press the button, the conversation goes one step further. Then we have on function 19 again, radio.
Ich würde gerne wieder aus 15 nach 51 zurückkommen und von da aus dann, wenn es passt, nach 17 und von 17 dann zurück nach 56. Ja, dann fahren wir erstmal von 15 nach 51. So machen wir das. Ja. Alles klar, danke. Ciao.
So yeah, another one of those conversations.
Moritz, der Steffen hier in 15 im Norden. Moritz, ich würde gerne wieder aus 15 nach 51 zurückkommen.
So in function 19, that conversation goes over the whole conversation, was just once touching it.
Alles klar, danke. Ciao.
Then we have on 20 and 21, we have the station announcements, which I think these ones are not the proper ones for Era 4. I think they would be fine in Era 5, end of 5, beginning of 6, but I think these ones do not fit Era 4.
Meine Damen und Herren an Gleis 7, bitte steigen Sie ein. Vorsicht an den Türen und bei der Abfahrt des Zuges.
You know, I think that's a little bit too modern, same as this one.
Sicherheitshinweis. Lassen Sie Ihr Gepäck nicht unbeaufsichtigt stehen.
There's one with the suitcase, like don't leave your baggage unattended. I think in Era 4 nobody really worried about that. You could leave your baggage anywhere and nobody would touch it, even if there was a $100 bill on it. Obviously in the last few years that changed, and you know, if there's as much as a shiny handle on your baggage, you better not leave it unattended or it's going to go with somebody else. So yeah, I think that's really some for Era 5 or Era 6, end of Era 5. You know, Era 6 now, where that's a little bit more of a problem, that people touch your baggage or will steal your stuff if you leave it unattended. The other thing is, of course, the constant threat always of something could be up. If somebody leaves a backpack somewhere or something, right, then you have the bomb squad there right away. Because these days, you never know. Anyways, then on 22, we have the sanding. Again, sometimes, like when it's too short, like this is pretty good. It's kind of like what it should be, like 3 to 4 seconds. If it's too short, I always put it on a timer. Function number 23 is the squealing around the corners of the wheels, like the wheel flanges squealing and over switches. Number 24 is the rail joints, the clickety-clack. 25 and 26 turn the respective ends off, the lights, like the headlight or taillight, depending on if the train pushes or pulls. Number 27 and number 28, or number 27 is a volume control. If you push it, like the more often you push it, it goes up over 4 steps, I think, to the loudest, and then it drops back down to the least loudest, like the most quiet. And then function number 28, you can mute the train altogether. You know, you just press that button and then all sounds will go off or be muted until you release that button again. And that's all the functions it has. So it has 20, really 25, 26 functions really. The other two are more like administrative things. What I would say was this locomotive, I'll just show you real quick here. If I put it on, speed step 1 is already, I don't know, it almost seems faster than most locomotives that I have, so, but it's pretty good. Like it's you know, decently slow. Moving out of the picture here, we'll turn it around. Same thing, like speed step 1, very well. But the speed increases in the curve here quite quickly. Like, you know, you can see how it wants to jump off the hop. And that's where, you know, on this locomotive, the shunting gear comes in really handy. If you want to start a little slower, you just put the shunting gear on, and it's not as dramatic, the jump in ahead of the locomotive when you start it. So, you know, with how the speed curve is programmed here on this model, it's quite beneficial to have the shunting gear, I think. What else can I show you? I think that's about it. Now we're going to turn the motor sound on, or the electric engine sound on, and listen to that. So here we go.
D519 an Stellwerk. Ausfahrt für D519 frei.
Ausfahrt für D519 ist frei.
Ich wiederhole, Ausfahrt für D519 ist frei.
Ja.
Ende out.
So even out of a relatively low speed drive, it still has a really good brake squeal sound. I think it's really nice. There you go. I don't know if it's prototypical on these ones or not, the brake squealing, but in general, I think everything that's steel on steel will kind of squeal as far as braking goes, or these brake pads. Really nice locomotive. I'm not disappointed. I'm happy that I bought it. It has really good pulling power, like in the short or in the intro video too. Like the 7-car Intercity is absolutely no problem. It could probably pull, like on my flat layout here, just going around these little bends, probably around like 15 to 20 coaches, no problem. It's a heavy locomotive. It's heavy built, and I think it'll do really well pulling trains. So so that's really all I wanted to show you guys. I think that's already more than enough again for today. Maybe I'll show it run around a little bit, go around the layout for a little bit. But thank you all for watching. Let me know if you have any questions to the locomotive. Like I said, leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe, even better. Leave a comment if you want to. And tune back in for the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a good weekend.
Meine Damen und Herren an Gleis 7, bitte steigen Sie ein. Vorsicht an den Türen und bei der Abfahrt des Zuges.
Maybe this announcement would be a little bit more fitting for the area.